What's up, guys? Welcome back for another one. I wanted to do this video here. I've gotten a lot of requests from people who want to know how I ran my Cardo Packtalk Edge on my HJC RPHA91. So I'll just go through it real quick and give you a few updates on the helmet itself. So I've had this helmet for, I would say, roughly about 3 months. Have a ton of miles on it. It is a really good helmet. I wouldn't say it's a great helmet, especially not compared to, you know, the higher echelon models. But again, that's at a different price point altogether. Really, for everyday riding, you know, the helmet is fine. It works great. The features are really nice. I do have some gripes with it. If you go back and watch the video of my initial review on that, it talks all about that. But outside of super high speed, maxed out, real aggressive riding, this is a really good helmet across the board. With that being said, let's kind of break this down. I'll take the edge off. Some of the considerations as to where I put this, it really came down to finding the flattest surface possible. You can see I didn't use the clip-on. I used the mount with the 3M tape. So for me, this was the closest I can get toward the face mask, so I'm not reaching too far back in my head to play with the buttons or adjust the volume, and also a flat and secure spot. You can maybe see that here, that, you know, there is just a small curve where I have it right there. And she sits pretty flat. There is a little bit of space up here, but I haven't had any problems as far as adhesion is concerned. I flip it upside down. I actually even considered putting it on this, but this being an accessible door for your visor here, I didn't want to interfere with the operation of that. So see if I can take this apart. Okay, so here's the trick right here. I notched this portion out right here so I could slide the wires behind it and everything sit flush and not pinch the wires or anything like that. So if this is interesting to you, that's just how I did it. Really, you know, this is just thin plastic. I believe I cut these with a pair of scissors. Doesn't have to be super clean because it gets hidden up inside the helmet channel. But just so you see, that's probably the most important thing people are looking for. How did you run it within there? So if I peel this back, see if I can take this out all the way. We'll just do it like that for now, just so you can see. Pulling this back, it does have some nice speaker cutouts here. The speaker fit right in. I didn't use any extra foam or anything else like that. Here is my microphone. I ran it right along here. There is a channel right here specifically for boom mics. So that's how I ran it, just like that. And again, all of this is tucked in and fits underneath the clip. And really, basically, the other helmet wire is just behind the top piece here. Take this out, and there you have it. So really straightforward, not hard to do. I'll take this off just so you guys can get a better look at it. It's got a channel. If you'd rather have your boom on the right side instead of the left, you can do the same thing I did here on this, and just, you know, take advantage of these little wire channels right here. When you go from one side to the other, you really just want this in a place where it's not going to put extra pressure on your head. For me, that's somewhere back here. I let it float back here when I put everything back together. So real simple, not hard. Just kind of think it out as far as how you're going to enter the helmet with the wires from the comm mount. Other than that, like I said, it's been a really good helmet. The if we want to talk about some of the shortcomings, really the main one is the visor detents at high speeds, or not high enough speeds. This sucker will close right away. I did actually get, and I had to get it from overseas, they don't sell a transition lens for the helmet, or at least not yet. I'm a big believer in transition helmets. I know this has the little eyeglass visor, but I prefer a transition lens. It's just more convenient, to be honest with you, because even with this sun visor, when you pull that down, it blocks the air coming in from up here. So this vent's actually really nice. You can feel the air right away on your forehead, cooling you down on hot summer days. But when this is down, the channel must be outside of this visor here, and that's where the air is coming in, and the visor itself is blocking it. So I went and I found a overseas company that's sold, this is supposed to be a transition pin lock, and I had high hopes for it, but in all honesty, if it tints any darker in the sun, and I live in South Florida, I don't notice a difference whatsoever. So again, I had high hopes for it because they did not make a transition lens yet at the time when I bought the helmet. I believe they still do not. I don't even know if they have plans to, but that was just something I wanted to remedy because all my other helmets do have the transition lens, and like I said, I'm a big fan of that. Other than that, it's been holding up really well. My number one favorite thing about this helmet is the ability to ride with the chin in the upright position, like the way you see it here. Minimal head drag. Of course, there's going to be a little drag just having this piece up there, but it's well designed, especially compared to the other modular helmets that I've seen and tried. As far as once you put it up, it's like a parachute. So that, more than anything, that attracted me to this helmet. The second being the review that I saw online, and they said this was the quietest helmet they ever tested. It's not the quietest helmet I've ever ridden, that's for sure. But on a whole, for a mid-range helmet, I still believe it's a good helmet. Ventilation's good. Aerodynamics is decent. And I say decent because I ride really aggressively at times, and that's when the aerodynamics start to show. But day-to-day riding, even up to 80, 85 miles an hour, zero issues with this helmet so far. So I hope that explained it to you guys, for you guys who are looking to add the comm to this helmet. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know down below. I'll do my best to get that video ready for you. Appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next one.